What's up, everybody? It's your boy Dave Mo Flips. You already know what it is. Team Us 100%. First and foremost, I want to say God bless. I hope this video is finding you in great health and wealth. That's no BS. That's real talk. But this video, I want to thank Randy over at Auto Auction Rebuilds. Looks like he may have just purchased this vehicle. And this vehicle right here in particular brings up potentially a few scams that car dealers used to do. So right off the bat, it's a 2013 Ford Focus. I believe it's the ST model. It is the ST model. It's got 115,000 miles. The 2.0 motor. Not really into these cars like that, but some people really do love them. So let's get into what makes this thing an issue. So it's a branded title. See additional disclosures. Carfax reports total loss. So when Carfax says total loss, that means that the car has been in some sort of accident, whether it was impact or flood or exceeds mechanical limits. All right. So that's usually going to show up on the title. Now, I want you guys to check this out. So it's got electrical issues, right? See photos, inoperable audio system, malfunctioning audio system, does not turn on, display does not work. They considered that an electronics issue. All right, not really a big deal. Per Carfax, in the seller notes here, per Carfax, total loss. However, customer confirmed clean title, see photos. Okay, so let's get into these photos. The car looks good. Now the first, like 8 pictures that ACV normally does is the same way I do. You get all 4 corners and then straight on for a total of 8. So now they're getting in. Okay, so they add the roof. Now they're going to get into the wheels. Definitely not a big deal. Then the undercarriage. Checking it out. Then we'll go to the interior. It's looking pretty good. You know what I mean? And again, I haven't seen these photos. I just seen a little bit of that. Always look at the temperature gauge, guys. Even if it's in the videos, in the photos, because they might not catch it and you might be in some trouble. It's got the ST motor, the oil looks good, okay, etc., etc. When you're looking over here, look at the line, see whatever you can, see if you see any damage where the frame was hit. Same thing under here. The paint looks super glossy, like it was a repaint. But so you see how on this side you got some rust, and on this side it kind of looks repainted. So that's an indication, and that might be overspray right there. You see how you got your overspray in red? So that is a repaint. And again, guys, these are things that you want to look out for. Oh, maybe not. Maybe that's just a floorboard because you don't see it on the black over here. Let me see. I may have spoken too soon. I don't know because you see it on that black thing sticking down. But let me check on this one again. That one doesn't look like it's sprayed. Nonetheless, you can see that there's a little bit of rust on this side and none on the other side. Getting right into it. Rust, I mean, I think this car was purchased in Massachusetts. So I think they're just used to dealing with rust. And these are going to get into the codes. And now it's going to show you any damage. That's weird. Yeah, it'll go into any damage and stuff like that. Not a big deal. A lot of times, now, again, I don't know too much about this car, but I want to get into something once we get through the photos here. All right, so look, it says clean title. Now, this is clearly a copy of a title, probably the title that the seller has, and they're covering up something here, probably the owner's information. I'm not too familiar with Massachusetts titles. All right, and I don't even see where it would say, usually in Florida, here it goes. So title, brand, nothing. There's no brands on this title. But I want you to look at the date of issue, 11/24/21. So this is there's a few things that we want to talk about here, okay? Number one, first and foremost, what do you do if you're a dealer and you come across an issue like this? Okay? I can tell you right now that you have 2 choices. Morally, financially, you can sell that. I'm cleaning my barbecue right now, guys. I apologize. You can sell that car as a clean title car. knowing damn well something on Carfax is not right. And you'll do a Carfax and you'll find out what it is, okay? Whether it was a hit or a flood or whatever. It's gonna say something to you, okay? Now, what could have happened here, honestly, and I've seen this done a few times, is I've seen this done two ways. The original owner of that vehicle could have had the car, had that title, or gotten into an accident. Let's just say, what was that? What was the title date? And again, you're going to want your Carfax for this. 11/24/21. Let's just say I'm a schemer and I got into an accident in that car on the 24th. I know it's going to be a little while. I'm going to go get a title from my local DMV office. Here in Florida, it would say duplicate, not a big deal. It would still come clean because it hasn't been re-inspected, okay? Hold on. Okay, guys, I'm almost positive. You look at the left-hand side right there, and again, I'm not too familiar. I can only tell you Florida cars. That pink sticker right there is where we put a re-VIN on. Meaning if we take it to get inspected, that's exactly where they're going to put the rebuilt VIN sticker. Now, with these cars, that might just be where Ford put them. I don't know. But that, to me, looks like it's been reissued a rebuilt title. Anyway, let's just say this person had the car. They went in and got into the accident, and they traded the car in, okay? They had it rebuilt, but they had the original title. They went in and they had an overzealous salesperson who does not know the ins and the outs of cars. Sees it was a total loss, but they had the clean title right there in front of him. He wants to make the sale. She wants to make the sale. Boom, boom, boom. Takes it, done. It's over. The dealership's left holding the bag. So now the dealership is selling it through ACV. If the new dealer gets the car and goes to title it in someone else's name, like let's just say, I think Randy from Auto Auction Rebuilds, I think he did buy this car, so I don't think I think he's got a wholesale license. So I don't think he can retail cars, because I think that's why he was sending them off to like Weird Beard or something like that. I don't know the drama of what these guys get into, but I do notice that a lot of Auto Auction Rebuild cars go back through the auction. So he's constantly using the same auctions to do it. Regardless, what will end up happening is someone's going to try to title that car, and when they do, it's going to come back as a rebuilt title. Potentially. I would love to see the follow-up on this car, how it goes. Now, this happened to a buddy of mine where they had, and it was a Denali, and it wasn't me, but it was a Denali. It was an '08 Denali out of Texas. The customer had a title for the car, went and got a duplicate title. So they originally had two duplicate titles, went and took a car loan out against it, like a title loan, and just handed that person the title. And they only got like a $3,000 loan on an '08 Denali with about 150,000 miles. And then came to Florida with the title, the original title that they had, and just sold it on the street. My buddy ended up buying it, ran into some trouble because when he went to register the car, they couldn't be registered because there was an outstanding lien out of Texas on it. Okay, not a big deal. Are there ways around this? Yes, absolutely, there are. I could get into that, but I think I got into it in a past video where I said, well, I'll just get into it, screw it. You can have the car impounded. You could use a tow lot. You could use a storage facility. You could put a mechanic's lien on it, and you can get the title or at least get your money back depending on how you do it. I'm not going to do the whole in and out of it because it's definitely a gray area, and that's how they did it. So they were able to get a title for it, and that was the end of the story. 30 days, they got the title, and they were good to go. It's going to be interesting to see what happens here, but guys, these are things you want to watch out for. So I always say this. If it comes up on Carfax as a total loss, and they have a clean title in their hand, I'm going to lean towards Carfax and DMV saying it's going to have a rebuilt title at some point. My neighbor, he bought a rebuilt car, all right? He didn't know he was buying a rebuilt car. It did not even go through the inspection. The seller gave him the original title. He didn't know. The seller gave him a piece of, a folder full of paperwork, and he said, oh, this is all the paperwork for the repairs in the vehicle, and here's the title. When he went to DMV, they were like, yeah, this is the title, the original title. It still has to go to inspection. He had no idea what was going on, and the seller sold him this car for full retail. Again, not me, guys. So be careful, man. Just be careful out there. There's a lot of scams. One other thing I want to bring to your attention is you see these decals on the side of this vehicle. I don't know, again, enough about these cars in particular to say if it comes with that decal or not. What I will say is anytime I see a car that's got a decal like that, I super inspect that decal area. A lot of times, dealers put decals similar to this on cars to cover up the major imperfections, okay? Now, that's probably not the case with this. I'm sure, you know, Randy over there at whatever the hell the name of his dealership is, I'm sure he's smart enough to know that. So he probably inspected this car. He's not going to fall for the okie doke. But for us newbies, when you see decals on cars like that, right off the bat, be suspicious. Just be suspicious, because at this point, someone's trying to hide something. Potentially. Guys, I hope this helped you out. I highly doubt that Randy over there is going to be watching any of my videos. You know, we're in two totally different worlds, two totally different platforms in what we do. But I would love to follow this one. So anything that he does in regards to this car, I will be watching. And when he does run it through another auction like he always does for a loss, and those aren't shots fired, he's a YouTuber. Keep that in mind, guys. He makes a tremendous amount of money monthly. He does not need the money from car sales. The guy is tuned in to the YouTube algorithm. He puts out a video, he's making 10,000 views in the first hour. You know what I'm saying? Like, the man's making, to his own admittance, like he was like, was it like $10,000 or $30,000 a month? It's a ridiculous number nonetheless, and he's doing really well, so God bless. But for you guys that aren't used to this type of stuff, look out for that, okay? And just walk away from things that seem sketch, because you don't want to be the one left holding the bag. It's like stolen goods. It could have went through a million people, but if you're the one who gets caught with that messed up VIN number on a vehicle, you lose the car. You might get charged for having stolen property. So if it looks sketchy, just walk away from it. And again, it doesn't matter if it's coming from an auction. You could try to fight tooth and nail. They announced it. They showed you a picture of it. You have to do your homework. You have to do your due diligence. Guys, I'm out. Hit the subscribe button, ring that bell, holla at your boy. I hope you liked this video. These were not shots taken at that man. This was just a learning opportunity, and it was perfect the way it did. Look for my next video where I'm going to show you another scam that they do, where they tell you that it's got a clean Carfax, and the car has actually been in multiple accidents. I'm going to show you how they do it and what to look out for, and why you should be running your own Carfaxes. All right, guys, have a good one.